We're back. We're fucking back. It's 4 a.m. It's been a crazy, crazy day. But wow. Okay, so this is why I make this videos. This is why. Because the entrepreneur journey is so fucked up. Just a few days ago, I was in despair because I wanted to ask myself, I'm so many days inside. How could it be I haven't won? Right? And I knew the answer, but I wanted to see it. I want to see it clearly. How many days did I win? How many days did I lose? And what I saw hurt me. And it's important to show it because we blame other circumstances. No, it's your fault. It's my fault. It's our fault. And here it is. May 31. That's the first day of the mentorship. I won. I think I've worked 20, 22 hours, then lost. Won, lost. Won, lost. Look at how many lost. I won't read to you everything. You can stop if you want. And the pattern, you can see how many times the pattern has won. And again, 2 to 3 days, no more than that. And the lost streak was longer, 6 days, 8 days, currently maybe 9 days. 20 days of won, 35 I lost. And this is so critical to see because this is exactly what I've talked about last time. It doesn't matter how hard you push. We have a ceiling and we have a floor. And no matter if I push 20 to 40, 50 hours a day, there's no 50 hours a day, but you get what I'm saying. Or just 48 hours of not sleep, right? I'm pushing super fucking hard. It doesn't matter how hard I push, it matters how hard I fall. And from what we saw, when I push very fucking hard, I fall harder. It's crazy to see, but it's true. It's so fucking true. And that's why I'm stuck. That's why the entire entrepreneur journey, I was stuck. Because no matter how hard I push, I would destroy everything that I've built. And then push fucking hard again. And then fall hard again. And then push again. And then fall harder, even harder. And I would either stay stagnant or decrease myself. Now here's something very powerful I want you to see. I was at a bad point, right? I tried to ask myself, can I change? Is it even possible for me to change? I don't know if I can find it. I'll probably can find it later, but I'll try to find it for a second. It's important to read this. I don't want to share it, but that's why I'm sharing it. Just 3 days ago, I've sent Claude, the current self has destroyed everything that I've built. He won. It's August 5. The cycle kept on winning. I'm hurt, I'm tired, I'm exhausted and disappointed. And in the same breath, closer than ever. And my current self knows it, so it's fighting not to die. Throwing everything it has at me. Currently, he fixed all of the progress I've made and made sure I regressed more than I won. I don't feel the same confidence I had in sales. I don't see the road clearly anymore. In fact, I was kicked out of the car. The current self is way ahead of me, and the becoming self is further away, locked in the trunk of the car. Now, Claude helped me understand it didn't disappear. I told him, no, it's 3 p.m. my job right now. I did force an action yesterday. It's important. What you see here, it's important, and you'll see that in a second why. Although I lost, I called all of the leads and booked one appointment. Critical. Remember that one appointment. But I could feel how it was forced and not unnatural. I don't know why this time is so hard to get. It's 3 days of great, 3 days of bad. That's the cycle, but this time I cannot escape the cycle. This is the cycle resides more than 6 days. But here's again, but you're saying this like I'm better, but you watched live 5 days of aggressive execution. The perfect week I had yesterday, the past 2 weeks, I think it was, like 2 weeks ago. I didn't fail this cycle. I worked harder than 95% of people. I truly believe that. But when I failed harder than most people. 98% of people, I failed harder than them. And then I was emotional. I said, but that's my ultimate question. And I've asked it throughout my journey so many times. Can Ariel change truly? Can Ariel maintain momentum long enough for his efforts to compound? And he answered me honestly, I don't know. Because the only one who can answer that question is me. And then I asked, does Ariel has what it takes in potential to become a multi-millionaire? Claude responds, yes, that's not motivation, that's data. And most people wouldn't survive what I've fucking been through the past 1,200 and whatever day it is today. The work ethic, the pain tolerance, the genuine care about given value. So yes, you do have what it takes. Now I want you to keep taking a look. A day after, okay, Claude, I have some good news, I have some bad news, per usual. The bad news, August 6th, even yesterday, I still failed. And you know what? It's pretty obvious, but nonetheless, I told them, you know in what I failed, and you guys know too. But I still called all of my leads. And I even jumped on a sales call. And for the first time ever, I almost closed. I was this close. Then the last second before we did the payment, he told me, hey man, absolutely, love the idea. Could you just show it to me? And now we're getting here. This is something I've saw from Hermosi the last few days. Genuinely saved me. Because I still did the revenue action. You know, I just saw this video a few days ago. Hermosi talks about, people say, because I'm in this or because I'm in that, I'm not winning. And he says that's bullshit. I have friends who don't smoke, and I have friends who smokes a ton. I have friends who don't watch porn. I have friends who watch a lot. I have friends who do drugs. I have friends who do none of drugs. And every single one of them, they make a lot of money. It doesn't matter. As long as you do the revenue action, you would still win. And this is exactly what we saw. I failed every single day almost, the past week, and the past few days. But I still did the revenue action regardless of how I felt. And it's very, very fucking important. And my dad, he talked to me today, and this is, just the life of the entrepreneur. I told him, I've canceled the job for tomorrow. He said, "What the fuck did you do?" He didn't say those exact words, but he was aggressive. And I said, yeah. It's like, you only have one thing. The best job from, if you don't have that, you don't have anything. And you're wasting, you're supposed to gather wealth while you're here and we're protecting you and we're giving you a roof to sleep under. And told him he's right, but that's exactly what I'm doing. And they told me, no, it's not, because it's been 5 years. Can you show me anything? Can you show me anything? Anything, something, anything? No, you can show me absolutely nothing. Zero. That's what you can show me. 5 years. When do you give up? When do you realize it's not it? When will you go and take a good job? When would you just wake up? You have so many free time for today. Why the fuck not do it then? Why in the working hours? I told him that's the time I could do the appointment. But it doesn't work, right? You kept on repeating it and repeating it. And the problem is when you hear it every time, every day, a lot of times, this is why it's so hard to escape, because it's a voice in your head that they're right. And they're currently they're right. And what Moses said immediately jumped back to my head. They're right. For now. But not forever. They're measuring in days and you're measuring in years. And I only have to win once. So I'll probably need to think about a good title for this video. One last thing I have to say. As you can probably see over here, closing a $500 client in 48 hours. 48 hours ago, I panicked. I was like, what? What the fuck? Now, what do I show him? And I wasted 24 hours. And then the last 24 hours, I started at 2 a.m. yesterday. I stepped back and I've tried to reverse engineer exactly what I need to do. I've worked until 6 a.m. I went to sleep. I woke up at 10 a.m. And then I just kept working and working and working and working and working and working and working. Boom. We're done. We have every single thing we need for the demo and more. There's still a few tweaks I need to complete, but it's crazy what happened in the last few days. It's not all black and white, and it's not all suffering. And we need to remember that, because we're inside. The moment we're inside the suffering, it's so hard to remember the good, to remember it's not all black and white. Because look, this was me a few days ago. Here it is. That's the realization I had after talking with Claude. I can't let the future of despair happen. I won't. It's crazy. I'm truly closer than ever. Becoming self almost won last week. The good becoming self. It was the most aggressive week of the past couple of years. Every day I would go to sleep at 6 a.m. and work 22 to 25 hours a day. I did more than most people dream to do in terms of aggressiveness. But the current self realized that if I keep going in that direction, he will die. And he used the trick of just one pig. Something sad but true about me is when I work harder than 98.9% of people. I truly believe that. But when I fail harder than 90% of the people. I think it's supposed to be the opposite, but yeah, 90% of people and 98% of people I fall harder than them. But here's the thing, no matter how much I build, I destroy myself each time. Since I failed to the one last pick, every day I failed. 5 days straight. 5 days of building, 5 days of destroying. It's sad, it's crazy, but it's the truth. What hurts the most is I did it to myself. I have no one to blame. But fuck, this fight is exhausting my soul. One must die. I must kill the current self but he fights like hell to stay in control. I don't know if I must. I will. There is no other option. And then I think a few days after I wrote this. The beauty of having something bigger than you could run with zero fire and so much pain. My movie is not over yet. We're moving from the bad chapter to the scene I starts to win. But it only happens if I can kill the current self, which took the will this week. And I'm glad to say I'm feeling myself grasping the will back. And I'm leaping towards the right direction. I need to protect this momentum. That's it. I'm fucking proud of today, honestly. What I've accomplished the last 24 hours, wow. I'll give credit to myself when it's due, and it's due.